What the fuck just happened?
The block screen. My screen block now.
I don't know. Okay, here we go. We're back. All right. Just get it. I think it was like it got confused on where it's supposed to be at.
Okay, so
Let me put your mic on.
oh, hello everyone.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
James DeGrom is fucking hurt.
We are doing a dual simulcast. We're about to start that out. When we went to WrestleMania's,
this angle is awesome.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, this is the angle it should be. This is a good angle.
When we went to WrestleMania 35, when we was at the tailgate party, a lot of people were asking about, yo, you on YouTube? You on YouTube? You on YouTube? It was like, yeah. Or you do shit. And I'm like, I really don't want to do YouTube live streams, but we're gonna have to because I like.
Well, I think we should be live as much on as many places as possible.
Yeah, you're right. We'll get it on. So, guys, this week, as you can see in the title, we are cutting a promo on. It's been probably 3 weeks since the John Oliver segment on his show on HBO, and we weren't able to partake in the conversation because we had so much stuff that we were doing.
Extremely busy
with WrestleMania, with so much of the WrestleMania week and what was going on, and Olski kept saying, we got to push it back. We got to push it back. We got to push it back because I really want to keep this as a separate.
It has to be cutting a promo. Because
so,
to be honest, if we put that in Wrestling Rundown, we'd be talking about it for like an hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
And everything else would be like pushed away. It'd be like not as important. So
plus, I think other people wanted to get involved in it as well. They wanted to discuss it.
Yeah, they wanted to call in and talk about it. So
I was actually doing my homework too. I was listening to the show. I was listening to the segment again, and time stamping what's the key points of the segment. We actually do work here.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Besides the fact that we do goofy, dumb, fucking stoner humor and drunk humor shit, but we actually do some shit.
Fuck it.
Yeah. So plus, my brother, he's not a shout out to my big little brother D. He doesn't have Facebook or Instagram,
right?
But he does have his YouTube. So
so we good.
He follows us on YouTube. So I'm gonna get up on it.
My guy. But we have a lot of store this week, man. Wrestling Rundown's jam packed. We have the Shake Up review, which I'll save the comments. I'll save the comments for later, but on that one. But yeah, we have a lot to do this week. So I mean, let's wait. I guess until people chime in.
My
WrestleMania Cup.
What is it? Commemorative WrestleMania Cup.
WrestleMania Cup.
Commemorative WrestleMania Cup.
That's the cup of the night, ladies and gentlemen. That is the coupe of the night.
Yeah, the coupe de grande.
The coupe de grande of the night. The creme de la creme, as we say.
Other than that, guys, let's kick it off and get it pepping. You get this week also we have the return of Kuge Monster and his gossip corner. He is so excited.
Well, we haven't seen Kuge in a minute.
So
Kuge Monster needs to come back.
So we got to make sure we drop that off. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for another episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid. All right, guys, hold on. Let's get it popping. Sweeper in there.
Yo, you need to do the Nick Friendly Gage shit.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Hold on. Are you still
on?
Oh, it's over here.
Hello? Yo.
Dead man walking. This is the dead man, Big Evil himself, the Undertaker. This is the Turnbuckle Tabloid. Download and stream on all podcasting outlets. You could also watch them on Facebook Live. Be sure you check them out, or else you'll rest in peace. Extra, extra. This week's issue is finally here. Download, stream, and share the hottest WrestleCast around. Get ready for your latest installment of Turnbuckle Tabloid.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just got to a point where I just said, fuck it, I'll just post on everybody's page. So
That's what I do.
After last week, when Homeboy on the sports page was like, yo, I love wrestling, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Everybody gets it.
I put them on. I put our show everywhere.
Everybody get it. No, it's funny because I usually make this rant probably once every 4 or 5 months, especially when it comes to the group pages and stuff like that. When I check the notifications on the Jay Santee page, and someone in a group was like, "Why is it that you only post your podcast stuff? You never participate in the group?" And I go, "Me posting the live stream and the show is participating. Yeah. How about the 100, 200 people who in your group who don't write or comment anything? They just read the stuff and that's it. They're not participating. Yeah. At least we're bringing you content. Mm-hmm. Plus that
we're giving you guys content on your fucking Facebook page, man.
Yeah, and then plus that, you know, you could call in. You could speaking of which, number is going up right now. I forgot the Skype is not up yet. Number you call in, participate, shout out your group, and that's the other thing too. You guys could call in whatever Facebook group you're in or whatever group you're part of. Call in and shout them out. You don't give a shit.
We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. We're whores. We don't give a shit.
We're all about the sharing of the masses.
It's about wrestling, and that's what we give a fuck about.
By the way, wrestled out. I'm wrestled out.
No, you're not.
I am.
You're done.
I'm done. I'm done.
Ray Raimundo, what up, boy?
I'm done in my mind.
That's good, boy.
But I can't be done in real life.
In spirit
or whatever.
In spirit, you're done.
It just keeps continuing. It just keeps continuing. The wrestling world. This is what I'm saying. There's no off season. So I mean,
which needs to be a discussion. Sooner or later,
that'll be a cutting a promo.
Yeah, that definitely needs to be a discussion.
Yep.
But by the way, speaking of all wrestled out, I gotta tell you, I am enjoying this fucking game that's on my phone.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it hasn't come out on iOS yet?
I don't think so. Let me check.
If you have Android, I don't know if I was lucky enough to get it, or because I know it's on beta right now. It's still on testing right now. But WWE released a game called WWE Universe, and I've played all the other WWE games, like the puzzle one and the.
I play Supercard with the cards and shit.
The Supercard I used to play as well. But now they released WWE Universe. This one's like a one-handed player.
Yeah.
It is fucking awesome, yo.
Yeah, that's like your work thing.
I love this fucking game.
I wish I could play it.
It is so fucking guys. We're not getting paid by WWE or Android or Google Play, whatever the case may be. But I gotta say, I love this fucking game. It's real ring action. They actually do tag team matches. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're able to boost up your wrestlers in certain different ways. You take them to the gym, you work them out.
See, that's fucking OD.
Yo, it is crazy. It's crazy. So, and it's free.
Yeah, so fuck it.
Of course, they'll get you on a microtransaction here and there, but
of course.
Other than that,
pay $30 to get Kane's mask on your ass.
Nah, it's like, hey, for a certain amount of coin, you could get more training time or more cash or build up the credibility. And so it's fucking awesome.
They should pay to get like a manager or some shit.
And all that's done is by a meter. When you're wrestling, it's a meter.
Yeah. And
if you hit the meter properly, because you never know. You know what I found that I'm actually good at? When I'm taking a shit.
That's your home field.
That's where I'm zoned.
That's your city field.
I'm full. That's my home field advantage.
That's your home field advantage.
And shout out to me because I actually won the World Series today. And,
did you?
Yes, I did. I did. I'm gonna post it soon.
Oh, you gotta post you holding the trophy, boy.
Hell yeah, boy. Who's out there, boy? Me out there, boy. You out there, boy?
It's about time. You fucking 2020, 2019,
2026 in the fucking.
It's about time.
I rose to the show. Yeah,
I'm fucking I'm killing it. I'm top of the heap in that game as well.
I'm just mad because I can't hit home runs anymore.
Yeah, they kind of they nerfed the batting.
Yeah, they did.
Whatever.
For years it was a fungo bat. Now it's like
if any ball was a fast ball up on like the batting box,
high and fast,
gone. Gone any time of the day, any time of the week. Now it's a fucking line drive to the outfielders every time.
Shit,
every time.
Out of that, it's fucking. Oh, they find the shortstop for me.
Yeah,
it always finds a fucking shortstop.
Yep, exactly. But people are saying that Becky Lynch might be the cover of 2K19.
You know, I really don't care. I don't care. I just want fucking bring me GM mode.
Yeah, I want a good game.
Yeah.
I don't want the watch. We're gonna get the Man Edition, and the Man Edition's gonna have like a Becky Lynch Funko shirt or some shit.
Cliff, my man, Ben the Brit. I gotta tell you, today's theme, like I said, is cutting a promo. Will be the John Oliver segment. A few weeks back, we weren't able to catch up on it, so that'll be coming up promo. We're gonna actually dissect that. Did some homework on it, timestamped the certain spots that we need to talk about, the most important part of it. Very, very good segment that he did on last week tonight.
Yep.
Which
made waves.
It made waves.
Yeah,
it shook him up.
He even got an invitation to WrestleMania.
Yeah, it shook him up. It really did. It shook them up.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to you guys' thoughts about it. Numbers on the screen, 315-371-4367. Shout out to Call Me When It's Over, Josie's board. They actually used the Skype this week, and it worked really well. If you guys could see, or you can't really see, I changed the angle a little bit, but for weeks, you always see that there's always a
cluster.
No, there's a method to the madness.
That's true.
But this week, I tightened it up.
Yep.
The mics are working well. No,
he even put books.
Right. The only thing, I haven't put the ring up yet. I haven't set up the ring again yet, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the ring should be the centerpiece.
Yeah, it will be the centerpiece. And but you won't be able to see it in this angle though. You can't see it. But it's cleaned up.
Ring?
Yeah, because you can't really see it now.
Oh, fuck it, we'll make it work.
And also, guys, we're also going on live on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's a thing to where we need to start transitioning more, get that YouTube love.
Yeah, I think the more active we're on live on everywhere is better. Of course, easily, obviously, but
soon Instagram as well.
Yeah, we'll make it work. But
I'm gonna find out how to do the Twitch as well at the same time.
To share with you guys in any way possible is our goal. So you'll win a Turnbuckle tabby for being the biggest mook on social media. I don't know. You know what?
Mook in the baseball fucking feeling right now in the season.
I love baseball.
Mookie mook.
I love, bro. It's my favorite season, man. But wrestling has no off season.
No, right now, but still, we got NBA right now. The playoffs is hot right now.
Speaking of which, there's a lot of games on tonight. So
yeah, I know.
I'm rooting for the Magic. Let's do it. I don't want the Magic to go all the way. I know they're not going to go all the way, but I want them at least past the first round. DJ Augustine hitting that 3 on game 2 or 1 or whatever it is. I marked the fuck out, yo. I lost my shit.
Ben said Mook Tube.
We are Mook Tube.
We are Mook Tube.
Exactly, bro. You posted on Facebook. I know this is not wrestling related, but like, what do you think of the Tyronn Lue shit? That's because
again.
No, but I don't know why. Just for him to lose the first game of the season and get fired immediately.
Exactly. Why?
Okay. I don't know if you guys know this by now, but LeBron's team is basically where managers go to die, where coaches go to croak.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to be a coach and get fired, join LeBron's team because that's what happens. Because the blame automatically goes to them and not him.
You know what I hope?
So
I hope that I hope when he retires, he becomes a coach.
Yeah, then he gets fired. And I hope he's on Cleveland. I hope he gets fired.
Yeah, he gets fired on Cleveland.
He's gotten like 6 managers out of fucking managers. Sorry, the coaches out of the job. He's gotten like 6 people fired, and it's not even their fault.
It's like, come on.
LeBron just hates being coached. LeBron coaches himself. That's it. He's one of the best minds.
I know. Yeah, I know better than you.
He knows better than them, so he doesn't take anyone's shit.
I know better than you.
The coach has to do one play. LeBron goes, okay, bet. Yo, guys, so fuck that. We're doing this play, and this is what happened. That's it.
Okay.
And that's what.
All right, so back to wrestling, guys. This week, I'm telling you,
regular season sportcast needs to come back. Bro.
Yeah, I know. It's we got to work on it. Football. Other than that, guys, welcome everybody to other.
Whoa. What?
Welcome everybody to another episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid. I am your host, Jay, the Red Santee, Mr. Ear to the Mat, Mr. Do it doggy style, Mr.
What? Fire.
Mr. King of Talk style, Jay, the Red Santee. What's going on, y'all?
And I am the Uber riding,
Mook!
JetBlue flying,
Mook!
coupon stealing,
Mook!
tricycle wheeling,
Mook!
son of a mook.
Mook!
My new thing is I am officially not just Met Fan Matt anymore. I'm the Mook Met Fan Matt.
Make sure you check us out on all social media outlets. Check us out on the like group page on Facebook. Also check us out on Instagram at Turnbuckle Tabloid. Check us out on Twitter. As always on
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
And be sure to check us out on TRS's Turnbuckle Tabloid on Anchor and going live on YouTube. And if you miss it here on Facebook Live or if you miss it anywhere else, it will be on YouTube these days.
In the archives.
In the archizzles. I realize that a lot of motherfuckers now are just, if they can't get us live, they start watching later and later on, which is cool. Got a call coming in. Hello.
What up?
Let's find out who this is. Let me raise this up a little bit. Turnbuckle Tabloid, who this?
Yo, this is fucking Angel trying to get up on this show.
Yo, stop playing. Is this good dad Angel?
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit.
Oh, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ.
My
we
guy.
missed you, sir.
Yo,
finally, I'm catching you guys live, man.
Oh shit! What happened after out of all your 6 Jamaican jobs that you do? You're able to catch up to us.
Yo, no lie. I just happened to flip on my phone and I see, oh shit, you guys are live, and I just called in the number.
Did you?
Fuck the intro. Let me break that up.
Have you did you know that we had a number? Like how the fuck? Like how can you even catch up these days? You do too much, bro.
I follow the show still. You know what I'm saying? When on my way to work, I'm always catching the show.
Bro, he bought the Mook shirt.
I know that, but I'm talking about I'm talking about the Facebook Lives because
listen, we be going.
Did he? I'm trying to figure out if he even knew we had a phone number.
Well, probably not. He might just found it right now.
And on YouTube, it's showing the number right now.
Oh, you got a YouTube as well. Look at that shit. See, look at that. I told you we need to get on YouTube.
It works. Yo,
remember I hit you up on Facebook for some reason. I don't get it popped up when you guys go live.
Right. Late. But you get it on you got a notification on YouTube?
On YouTube, I got it.
Dope.
Yo, we gotta get Angel on one week to discuss the smell of Roman Reigns' armpit sweat when he was on the floor at Raw.
No, let me tell you. I was so upset that he wasn't at Mania.
I know, yo. I swear to God, I was like,
I wanted to buy. If I knew that, I would have gotten him a ticket.
I know. To be honest, I
know you. We were talking that the week up. He was like, "Yo, the seat's here." You were screenshotting me pictures and
yeah,
I actually did 24 hours that day at work.
Damn, look at you,
damn shit. Well, the other thing is
you were missed, boy.
Well, the other thing is that you like to go to wrestling events with your other bitch, which it kind of gets me jealous sometimes.
Mikey boy.
Yes.
Mikey boy.
Yeah, you go. Well, what we call Fat Mike over here.
he keeps me warm. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of have some girth with me too. I could keep you warm as well, but
I'm the blank.
You're losing that weight, so you won't keep me as warm anymore.
Oh, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. I'm telling you, my honey knows how to talk to me.
Yeah, the suave.
It's so suave.
So suave.
Bitch. So, Papa, what you want to call in? What you want to talk about? What's let me ask you. You were at NXT. What was the feeling of NXT when you were in the building?
Yo, NXT, hands down, it's just crazy. It's a different crowd, different environment. Like everyone there just loves wrestling. It's like going to a big size indie show kind of thing.
Right.
And the crowd was just crazy. We sat in a suite. It wasn't even like a seating area. It was a suite with like 7 to 10 guys just chilling around, drinking it up.
Wait a minute. Like hold on. You went and got yourself a fucking suite?
Well, I that was the only ticket that I was able to get.
Oh,
and they have to be a suite.
Hold on one second. There was
no perks to it.
No, hold on. Hold on. That's all right. What we need to start doing, you and I, is start getting a pot and start putting money in the pot.
Yeah.
For us, like during the year.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to do buy everything at one time. Where we have a pot for Turnbuckle Tabloid, where that's where the money goes.
Yeah.
For us to get fucking sweets, like fucking good dad Angel.
We need a suite.
We need a suite.
I want the champagne pop and I want fucking hot dogs. I want the whole nine.
No lie, if they were popping champagne and bringing in food, it would have been dope. But nah, it was you had to go downstairs to pick up some food. It was just pretty much they were selling seats in there.
But you had comfy chairs though.
I had a bar stool chair.
Oh damn! I would have thought that was cool too, though.
Yeah, it was. It was actually comfortable because no one was in my view, and I had a stool and just chilling there. No one was obstructing my view. Nothing.
Speaking of
no
that,
matter if they stood up and cheered, nothing.
Angel. Speaking of that, have you seen the picture of Red? Who the fuck was sitting in front of Red at WrestleMania?
Yeah,
bro. Now that's now that's that.
That what happened?
He still did a whole night with that shit.
The whole fucking night. The only thing was that I was able to at least sit up a little bit. Like I had to sit up straight because I could go over that fucking Hellraiser fucking spike shit that was going on. It's clear. But the angle that I gave that pick would have been me if I was probably maybe 5 inches shorter. Like I would have not been able to fucking get it.
Yo, throughout the night, Red was like, "Yo, that's cool pyro." Nah, dude, that's his hair, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't fireworks. That's his hair.
I wish I had fucking Brutus the Barber Beefcake shears so I could cut his fucking head.
Yo, Angel, and hear this shit. So we're all chilling, right? And something happens where the guy with the fucking crazy hair starts standing up and starts laughing and like marking out or something. And Red just takes one of the fries he got from his fucking food and like pretends to chuck it at him, and everyone in the area starts dying laughing. Everyone was dying. Red was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like an air through a French fry.
Brenda Britt asks is like, if we had the suite, would they allow us like to wear like the adult diapers and shit?
Yeah. How are they gonna know?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
How are they gonna know? They wouldn't even know.
They don't pass by. They just tell you where your suite is at, and then they keep it moving.
You being the salt of the earth, the hardworking man that you are, how is it that you're able to still watch wrestling? And I know not just WWE, because you're a wrestling guy, being a former wrestler yourself.
No, I work. I catch all the shows.
Yeah, everything like Ring of Honor, all that, everything.
Yeah, like I caught up with like NXT UK, regular NXT. I haven't caught up with Impact. I keep pulling off on Impact.
It's picking up. It's picking up.
All the other ones I try to catch up on while I'm at work.
Yeah, because to me, it's like where what I'm doing is like I can, but I can't because I'm afraid that at one moment something's gonna pop off and I'm a.
Wait, what?
Yeah, now with me, I got a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
Once the doors are closed, that's it. It's a wrap. I turn on my phone or put it on the computer, and I'm good to go. And like right now, I'm about to break out right now to celebrate my wife's birthday.
Oh shit!
Let me catch you guys. Now that I see that was live, and it's a Friday, which is kind of weird. It's usually Thursday.
Nah, it's usually when I'm off. It's pay week. Whenever it's pay week for me, we go Fridays.
Pay week for me as well.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever it's pay week for us, it's Fridays. When it's off pay week, it's either Thursday or Saturday morning. So it's like we try to. I'm trying to get the rotation in there. Especially with old school, with school and all that shit is crazy. But before I let you go, I know you got to go celebrate wifey's birthday. Give her my love. That's my girl too. Your thoughts quickly. What needs to change with WWE's landscape right now?
Man, first and foremost, Vince needs to step down and let others that know what's going on in the business like run the shows. It doesn't necessarily have to be Triple H. I think he's doing great with the NXT stuff and whatnot. But as far as the main roster, like it's so watered down and it's too much entertainment. Like not a lot hardcore fans don't want to see too much entertainment. There's too much like the SNL guys coming in.
Right.
You need to get away from it. You know what I'm saying? And with AEW coming in, there's a lot of fire who are looking towards that direction. It's like, yo, I want to see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But Vince needs to step down. Hey, I did my time. Let somebody else run the show. You know what I'm saying? And I think that might just change, everything in that aspect.
Yo, Angel, come on, man. Why you hating on Vince for? Fucking, he made the Viking Experience. That's the best name on the planet.
Oh my God, bro. Oh shit, that Viking Experience. I'm like, bro, I was losing. I'm like, you serious? War Raid is cool, but now you can't say war on fucking USA Network.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, but as per Daddy Dave Meltzer, he says that had nothing to do with it. I can't stand that.
It's just crazy. I saw that there was a report saying that Vince would have called them the Berserkers,
which wouldn't have been bad.
That would have been bad. I would have
fucked someone wouldn't tell him, hey, by the way, there was a Berserker back in
right.
1994.
they could have even called them the Raiders. Like, who cares? Anything but the fucking Viking experience, bro. Like,
like that sound like a roller coaster. Like I'm about to just sit on the roller coaster.
You want to know why? Because fucking Vince McMahon sees that and goes, now.
Yo, you got on that ride, the Viking experience?
Yo,
it's so he's so out of touch with, and it's just it shows through. That shit is not gonna work.
He's still in the Duke the Dumpster and Atom Bomb days. He's
I think so. Yeah.
And you know what he thinks about real quick.
Bringing back Bruce Pritchard as a creative guy. He was back in the days of early '90s with all these gimmicks, so that might not even help either.
No, but he did bring back. From what I heard, that Pritchard is on, but I don't think Pritchard is that because I've listened to the podcast where he wouldn't have backed that shit. I don't think he's fucking co-signing on that shit. That's a weird fucking.
All I know is Vince sees the Viking experience and goes, "Wow, now we can sell Viking helmets and Viking shirts, and we're gonna have what do they call that fucking
that?" I felt like they took. He's so much on Raw being the main show,
the flagship. Yeah,
he took a lot of guys from SmackDown. He pulled a lot from NXT and kept them on Raw. I don't know if you guys picked that up.
Yeah.
He jam-packed Raw.
Yeah, he's like, wow, okay, so now let's start SmackDown up again. They're going to be the B show forever. It doesn't matter what station they're going to be on.
But at the end of the day, the fans are still loving that show because SmackDown it's like remember back in 2005, 2006 or whatever. SmackDown with Eddie Guerrero and all that stuff. That was the show.
2003,
SmackDown was the show.
2003 to 2000 and like what 7, 8.
When CM Punk was fighting Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
For the championship during that time, that shit was crazy. Yeah, when he faced every week there was something great happening.
Yeah, CM Punk and Edge, CM Punk and Batista, shit like that. Batista and fucking Booker T. Even like back then, the SmackDown was the fucking A show. I don't care what no one says. And to be honest, with the whole Fox deal, that should be the main priority. Make SmackDown
you would think
the main thing.
You would think. Well, let's see what happens when what leads up to that. But brother, I love you. Thanks for calling in. We finally got you to call in. Got you on the time.
Yeah,
and give wifey the love and celebrate birthday time. Bro.
Much love, Angel. Miss you, boy.
Much love, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks again. Thanks again for supporting and for being who you are. You sexy thing, you.
Of course, always,
my guy. Enjoy the night, bro.
Yo, let's go Mets, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's go Mets, boy.
All right, man. Later.
Later.
All right, guys. When we come back, we have much more in store. We have cutting a promo, which is going to be a big segment there.
Yep.
We also have what we watch in wrestling, as well as Cougar Monster. Like I said, she makes her return. He makes her. I don't know what the fuck
it makes his return.
I don't know
it makes its return.
Yes, it makes its return, as well as wrestling rundown. So, guys, big promotion coming out. House of Glory presents Code Red. It's going to be a big night. Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, Hellman's.
Yeah, Hellman's, Cinco de Mayo.
Hellman's. Too much going on in wrestling.
Sunday night.
Sunday. Hold on. It's funny because when you have to do multitasking, you forget what the fuck you have to do. Yeah, you can fill the gap.
Nope. So, a lot in store this week, but House of Glory and Impact are having a crossover show called Code Red, which we do have a commercial for, ladies and gentlemen. So, do you have the commercial up?
Don't go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be back. This coming May 5th is what you would know and love as Cinco de Mayo. What else do you do on Cinco de Mayo? Eat Mexican food? Get drunk? Eat more Mexican food and get drunk? Nah. There's one more element that's missing. And here in New York City, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, we're adding wrestling to the mix. House of Glory, with connection with Impact Wrestling, is bringing you Code Red. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, Sunday night, 8 p.m. at New York City Arena, the NYC Arena in Queens, New York. Guys, you do not want to miss this. This is going to be the epic clash of two promotions, Impact Wrestling, House of Glory. What more can you ask for? Honestly, seriously. You're going to have talent that's already confirmed from Impact. You got Johnny Impact. You have the tag team champions, LAX. You have the Knockouts champ, Tyler Valkyrie. You're also going to have Rich Swann. I mean, come on. Impact has already stacked you up with their champs. What is House of Glory going to offer you? Of course, you're going to get their champion, Anthony Gangone. You're going to have, of course, Ken Broadway. You're going to have Montequilla. I mean, come on. And the roster continues to grow. This is not a day you want to miss. Cinco de Mayo, Sunday night, exclusively on a Sunday night. Rarely ever done in the New York City area. Sunday night, 8 p.m. bell time. You don't want to miss it. NYC Arena. Tickets are still available at tickettailor.com. That is tickettailor.com. Tickets are still available. You don't want to miss this. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Get your Spanish Mexican mix on, body shots and body slams, cold beers and cold knockouts. What more can you ask for on a Cinco de Mayo Sunday night? House of Glory Impact presents Code Red. Tickets available at Ticket Tailor, and I'll be there. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'll be in the building. I might actually call out for work for this one. Don't tell the bosses. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 8 p.m. start time, New York City Arena, House of Glory and Impact Wrestling present Code Red. This commercial was brought to you by
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
This is EC Negro, the fake EC Negro. And when I'm not doing blow up a hooker's ass, driving drunk, drinking Henny down the FDR Drive or the Cross Bronx, or out there beating the crap out of daughters, sons, grandmothers, and anybody who's in my way, I'm listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid. Download, stream, subscribe on all podcasting and social media outlets. Oh, hell, King Negro. The fake one, that is. Ha, 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 ha. Turnbuckle Tabloids cutting a promo.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, you're right. They're not the Impact champs. What they are is the House of Glory champs. That's what they are.
Who,
LAX is the House of Glory champs. That's what it is.
Yes.
It wasn't clear in the commercial, but don't worry about it.
The Impact
We'll
champs,
get it in post.
and the Impact champs are Reno Scum.
No,
No?
it's the Lucha Bros.
Oh, whoops. My fault.
All right, so guys, this week we're touching up on cutting a promo. This week, what we were going to talk about is what we've been wanting to talk about for the longest, which is the John Oliver segment on WWE that he did pre WrestleMania.
I have he's an actor.
John Oliver?
Yeah, he's a voice actor.
Yeah,
because he's playing Zazu in the new Lion King live action movie.
But he's a comedian as well. So
he looks like a bird for real.
Yeah, no, but he's one of those. Ben don't like him because he's a Brit, so he'll enjoy him as well.
Yeah, the post he did about WWE, it came out of nowhere, and it spoke straight. It
hit the heart. It tugged at the heartstrings that we would say.
Oh yeah, hold on 1 second.
No, all right, you all right?
Yeah, just fill some time.
Oh, okay, so I saw that many individuals in social media were discussing the topic, but I don't think they really got the gist of what he was trying to convey with his thoughts about WWE. Number one, he's a big WWE fan. He's a fan of WWE. Well, wrestling in a whole, he says, and he explains it.
Yeah, he's a wrestling fan. So it's not like he's talking out of.
Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, I had to. No, for real. If it was someone who wasn't a wrestling fan, maybe it'd be like, you know what? You don't know, you don't understand, you don't watch the product, so maybe it's something. But he is a fan, so he has some credibility to it.
Then the other thing to it was that there's a lot of things that we as fans know, but are not obliged to understand or really connected to understand how or why these wrestlers have these sort of contracts or lifestyles or what we don't really know what's underneath that
curtain.
Yeah, underneath the sheets, behind the curtain, whatever cliche words when you want to use. You only hear the aftermath of what people tell you. It's like, oh, working at WWE is like working at a Jewish concentration camp or some shit like that. No, seriously, it's like Auschwitz or some shit like that.
It has been said multiple times, but the thing is, I don't even think we ever. Do we have a right to know?
Well, we have a right to know anything because a lot of stuff is basically public forum. Excuse me. But if you're interested in being part of the field, and plus, as goofy as we always say, we're media.
Yep.
It's silly to say, but we are fucking media. Nowadays, we don't even have to go to college to get a degree in media. We just do it on our own and we fucking media.
Yep.
Because of the platform and the forum that we are stupidly media.
Yep. In some form of capacity.
And we would like to know. It's up to us to what we share and disclose to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So when it came to the discussion John Oliver had on his episode, there was a lot of things that I knew about because I've been following wrestling for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say you haven't, but you're younger, and there's certain things that you just now.
I was alive for the Macho Man days. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's not what Grego says.
Oh yeah.
That's not what Grego says.
Oh damn.
But no, the other thing is that there are certain things that you got to grasp about in the past couple of years. You was like, oh shit, really?
At the end of the day, people forget that this is actually, a job. People think that, oh, they're performers. Yeah, this is their work. This is like their job. And it comes with job conversations and job things.
Right.
People forget.
So early on, in the discussion, Oliver discusses, let's just take a clip of this.
Their first choice to play Abraham Lincoln was actually Brutus the Barber Beefcake, but he wasn't available. So the role went to Daniel Day-Lewis, who was fine.
This is after discussing the mega millions of
this
WWE.
This company makes a lot of money. Last year, it generated a record $930 million in revenue. In fact, WrestleMania alone, which is taking place next
courtesy
Sunday,
of
is
HBO,
one of the most valuable sports brands in the world, ranking higher than the World Series, which actually makes sense when you think about it, because while the World Series is mostly spent watching a millionaire in a button-down think about whether or not to throw a ball, WrestleMania involves things like this.
Shane dropping from the fucking Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I should have put this up. Let me see if I can put it up.
Are you not entertained? How could any other TV show top that? In fact, I would argue every other show should just be called, unfortunately, not a guy exploding through a table. And this show should very much be included in that. But the other reason that it's worth talking about the WWE is because of the prevalence of stories like these.
Eddie Guerrero found dead in a Minneapolis hotel room. The World Wrestling star was just 38 years old.
We have just confirmed that Randy Macho Man Savage has died.
China, one of the most famous wrestlers in the 90s, has now died. She was 46 years old. Pro wrestling legend King Kong Bundy has died at the age of 61.
He came here. We were in Studio A, and he.
Okay. Before we continue, your thoughts about that first part of that?
That right there probably impacted me the most, just because bringing up those deaths, it's like, people mention people bring up NFL deaths.
Mm-hmm.
WWE's deaths are very occurrent as well. Possibly even more than other sports. So, it's kind of an eye opener just to realize the fact that. Although Eddie Guerrero's death, King Kong Bundy, like Macho Man, not really, because I don't think Macho Man got into a car accident. That's different, I feel. But if you're talking about deaths related to pain medication or injuries in the ring, then that's what I'm talking about. Extremely insane, and we watch wrestling every week, so we tend to forget about these things. We just watch the product and we love it and all that stuff. We tend to forget about these tragedies that happen in the business.
My thing is that there's a give and take with when it comes to certain things. One second. There's a give and take when it comes to things that come to that aspect when it comes to these wrestlers.
Really? Me almost up to this.
First of all, you knew what you were getting into when you got into the business. Honestly speaking, you knew what it was. The game has changed. The game has changed because of how, which it explains later, Vince took over the territories. It wasn't like you went in.
It was like conquest mode and fucking MLB The Show.
Exactly. He just took over everything.
Yeah.
And now you knew what it was to get into business. And when you got into business, was your business going to be A, this is going to be my life, or B, I'm gonna make enough money or have a game plan to use wrestling as my resource to get what I really want. Let's say I wanted to invest in real estate or stuff like that.
Yep.
A lot of times wrestlers just took advantage of what the business was.
Well, I think we see that even more today, especially with the whole acting aspect. You know, once you go in the wrestling business, it opens up a bunch of umbrellas to different things like acting and other sports.
Right. Roddy Piper took advantage of that.
Yeah.
Which I never understood. Like with Piper, I love Piper for what he was as a wrestler, whatever the case may be. But
he joined
you can't sit there and blame WWE for what happened to you because you were one of those forerunners who were able to leave the business and do acting. What happened? Did Hollywood not call anymore for you?
The Rock's the biggest example for that. I mean, the transition was just easy because you are, so popular in the wrestling business that it's easy to transition over for that. But not you. I'm pretty sure it's written on the contract, or after training how long, knowing your moveset, you just know the hardships and the bumps that you're going to go through every night. And if you sign up for that schedule, I think you should know what to expect. So
that's one thing that I said. You already know, especially the older wrestlers. Like he mentioned the King Kong Bundys or the Roddy Pipers. Is like, you guys knew already.
You knew what the hell.
You knew the hell it was. Don't sit there and blame. And by the way, sorry guys, if you guys were trying to call in, took the Skype down. Now it's back up, but 3 numbers back up. You guys already know. You see it on the screen. You already knew what it was when it came to the business.
Right.
It's either you're gonna wrestle for your life or you're gonna find other King Kong. He mentioned King Kong Bundy. He became an actor. He was on Married with Children. He did movies.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as though that wrestling pigeonholed him.
Well, speaking of King Kong Bundy, that picture was awesome with fucking Al Bundy.
Oh hell yeah, that's really
that's like going into a job at UPS and knowing that like if your job is to carry stuff, you're gonna have back pain and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Based off the job,
you already know the repercussions.
Like,
it's gonna go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Early is a troubling trend. 538 tracked the rate of deaths among WWF wrestlers, and the findings were startling. Here is the expected death rate by age group among the population as a whole. Here is the rate among former NFL players, and here is the rate among wrestlers. That is shockingly high. You'd expect that line to be labelled test pilots who lied on their resume, or zookeepers who aren't just going to let some fucking baboon screech at them like that. Hey, enough sass mouth there, buddy. Put some respect on my name.
Now, what he was mentioning was because when you get into the business and when you get into the game, you already know, like we just mentioned, the repercussions of it.
Right.
The one thing that it's not, which is going to come soon, which is the thought about how they're protected.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL has found a way to protect their players.
Yeah.
NHL has found a way to protect their players.
Right.
What has WWE, and everybody goes, oh, WWE or whatever the case may be, why they have to be all or end all? Because they're a fucking business. They're an enterprise. They're a monopoly.
Yeah.
Until another fucking company comes in, they're the cream of the crop.
The creme de la creme.
You gotta protect. You are the NFL. You are the MLB. You are the NBA of wrestling,
and you have no protection on your wrestlers.
Exactly.
That's a game changer in today's AEW talks. I mean, if AEW provides health insurance and protection for these guys, I mean, at the end of the day, if I would choose that over anything else. So, it's a very important thing, especially seeing all these deaths occur and seeing that chart. Yeah, you should go back to that, because you should go back to the part where Vince McMahon. His terrible antics on television, by the way.
All right, I'm gonna go this way. So they discuss about what Vince is, right? Vince is he's an entity. He's he's the big mogul of, and everybody knows who Vince McMahon is. You can't even. He's like the Michael Jordan of anything, because if you go to anybody and say who's Vince McMahon is, they'll know. Oh, isn't he with wrestling? They know something of him.
Baseball, Babe Ruth. Football. What would you say for football?
Football is like Tom Brady or Lombardi or fucking and who else do you think about football? Like I said, Tom Brady, Brett
Favre,
Joe Montana,
yeah,
Emmitt Smith. Like there's a
if you say a sport, one name pops up for each. For me, Babe Ruth,
Lou Gehrig,
sadly. Wrestling, Vince.
Yeah,
it's Vince.
Vince is automatic.
Vince or John Cena.
So exactly. So they tell a story. They tell a story of how Vince was able to take over the territories and he became what it is. And this is a aspect of what Vince took over and his role as basically the blueprint of what wrestling is today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's important to know that the real Vince is also an arsehole. And many fans legitimately hate him because while the WWE has made him a billionaire, many wrestlers say he's treated them terribly. Just listen to Bret Hitman Hart, one of the biggest wrestlers of all time, speaking about his former boss.
Vince McMahon has always had this mentality about treating wrestlers like circus animals. All these wrestlers that have broke their backs making this living for years end up with nothing when it's over. And then they sort of take you out back and they put a slug in the back of your head and dump you out. And that's the life of a professional wrestler.
Now, that may sound extreme to you, but Hart has good reason to be angry. His own brother Owen died wrestling for Vince. And Hart is frankly far from alone in voicing grievances about his former employer, because the shocking thing about McMahon and his company is the extent to which he shielded himself from responsibility for his wrestlers' welfare. And the main way that he's done this is actually pretty simple, because while you might reasonably think that the wrestlers employed by him are his employees, they're actually not.
I'll get to that. Okay. You know what pisses me off about Bret?
Well, I was about to say something.
All right, so go ahead. Yeah.
No, he's just. I mean, I really would not. I think that was a bad example to do that because that interview was around the time you got screwed or whatever or something like that.
No, that was after. It was after.
Go ahead. Say what you wanted to say then.
No. Bret reaped the benefits and the fortunes of what Vince gave him. He was the flagship of the company for a long time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And won their championships, made the money, was the merch man, all this stuff. And when Vince was in dire straits because WCW was taking over,
basically, yeah.
He didn't say, I'm going to stick by you, like a Shawn Michaels,
Triple H,
Undertaker.
No loyalty there.
You jump ship.
No loyalty there, bro. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And he wanted to keep the belt, which, by the way, that whole screw job shit, we're talking about Wrestling Rundown because there's new talks about it.
I don't believe that shit anyway.
Then I won't talk about it.
Yeah. No. You bring it up on the on Wrestling Rundown. Yeah.
All right.
But in all honesty, there's a thing to where it's like, bruh, you can't take and then want to give it away at the same time because, granted, your brother died in an accidental instance during an event in which it's been known that Vince is one of those guys that's like, listen, if I'm asking you to do something, I'm gonna do it first to make sure that
they posted a video.
You're good.
They posted a video of Vince trying out the Shawn Michaels WrestleMania entrance.
So he's one of those guys that's like, I'm not gonna tell you to do something that I'm not gonna do before you to make sure that
I
it's
respect
safe.
a lot actually.
Right.
I like that a lot.
So that's something that shouldn't be said, but when it comes to the fact that Vince is to take care, why come back to WWE? Years later, you came back. Yep. You just got honored twice in the Hall of Fame.
You had a WrestleMania match with Vince. Yeah, come on.
And exactly. So Bret is not a good excuse. I can understand a lot of dudes,
but not him. He has no reason to be. I don't think that was a good person to be.
Right. I can't say, but I can understand his gripe, but
bad example.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a second. I want to tap into something else. Because this one runs long.
I mean,
they're merely independent contractors. Just which as former
this is interesting.
Jesse Ventura pointed out on Howard Stern, is just insane.
How are they self-employed when you're signed exclusively?
Right.
You can't work for nobody else.
It's a monopoly.
Yeah. They tell you when and where you'll work. They tell you who you'll work. They can totally control your life.
And you're an independent contractor.
And yet they call you an independent contractor. How has the government allowed them to get away with that for 35 to 40 years?
Yeah, he's got a point there. An independent contractor is someone that you might hire for a specific limited task, like a plumber or an accountant. Wrestlers aren't either of those things, apart from this wrestling plumber and this wrestling accountant. But the vast majority are totally different. And as independent contractors, wrestlers are exempt from most discrimination and occupational safety laws. They also don't get paid annual leave, pensions, or health insurance. And I would argue that when you look at the Department of Labor and the IRS's specific...
Somebody needed to make a call right now. Turnbuckle Tabloid, who's this?
Yo, guys, it's Ben from England.
Hey, Ben, what's going on, Ben?
What up, boy?
All right, guys, I'm just at work and I'm just having a listen to you podcast and shit. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you
Let me just say first.
Okay.
John Oliver's a douche.
Why would you say he's a douche, though?
I just think he's a douche.
Why?
As a Brit, and I think his accent's horrible. Not all English people have that accent. Just like. I hope I don't sound that bad. But
what do you think? He's a fake Brit? Like, what the fuck are you saying?
No, he's just got a different accent than other people. There's loads of accents.
It's funny because when it comes to like Puerto Ricans or Dominicans or whatever, we all like look at each other like our Spanish is not the same or our accent is not the same. You really have to deal with the same thing in England. Like their accents are not the same.
Oh, yeah, we've got loads of accents in England. Yeah.
Where is he from? Do you know?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
I can't really tell. I just don't like his accent.
Oh, you're an ass.
Listen,
you're an ass, mate.
I just think he's a bit of a pipe, to be honest. But that's just me.
Okay, did you see the segment before?
Yeah, I was listening to some of the stuff he was saying, and I got quite like a strong view on that. I mean, at the end of the day, I think, like you're on about Bret Hart and all that kind of stuff, these guys get paid more for doing one night's work than probably any of us get paid for a whole year. I don't know about you guys, but I work my fucking tits off.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I work 5 nights a week. I look after terminally ill elderly people, and I probably earn half of what these guys earn in a night. So for me, I mean, these guys dying and stuff. For me, Vince pays them what they do outside, as long as they don't make dickheads of themselves. That's entirely up to them. They want to take drugs, they want to take steroids and shit and make themselves bad, and they end up dying. Vince he's not a babysitter. He pays these guys fucking fortunes. So, when you hear people dying of overdoses and stuff, that's their fault. That's not Vince's fault.
But this is what we're leading up to when it came to the progress of the feed is, which is they're told that if they don't perform, then they don't get paid, though they have to be released. This is what the whole thing is we get it. Prior to what the business was, prior to what WWE became the big conglomerate monopoly that it was a fair ground because there was no such thing as like independent contractors or anything like that. These guys came into the territory, they did their business, and they rolled out. If you worked the way you worked, you were an independent guy. When it came to working with WWE, WWF, whatever the case may be, these guys, if they were like, listen, if you took a bad bump and you got to work tomorrow at SmackDown, I don't know what to tell you. Your job might be in jeopardy, which I think is not fair to the wrestler and their brand. And this is what it said.
Yeah, in a way, yes, I agree. But at the same time, I agree with what Olski said. I mean, I work in care, so I'm helping a lot of people, and I've got a fucked back, but I know that I'm going to have a fucked back. And if I don't work, I don't get paid. I mean, if they take a bad bump, they've either done something wrong or they're not working properly. So they need to work safer. And Olski said about AEW, now that these guys are getting health insurance, that is going to turn a lot of fucking heads, which it has done already. I mean, for me, I would happily be treated like a fucking so-called farm animal or whatever Bret Hart said or whatever for the amount of money that they get. I get treated all right, but I earn fucking pittance.
Yeah, but here's
But
here's the difference with that though. The difference is that you're putting when you're a wrestler, you're putting your body in the hands of somebody else. You get hurt, that's you individually at your job, whatever the case may be. Hopefully, it's unfortunate because I hear what you're saying because you work in the same kind of realm that I work in, where there should be some kind of hazard paid, whatever the case may be, which is fine. You should be protected. You should be. You should have some type of insurance that covers you and all that. They don't give these wrestlers insurance. There's no insurance for them. Now, if Oski and I get in the ring, we're wrestling for WWE, and I get hurt because of some dumb shit that I did. If you want to put it on the review, that insurance will put it on the review. They'll be like, all right, his dumb ass didn't move the fucking hand when a chair shot came. Fine, that's my fault.
Yeah.
But if Oski puts me in a suplex and he didn't position me right and I banged myself on a turnbuckle, on a table wrong, whatever, I'm not liable for that. He fucking hurt me. It's different. Yep. So I think there should be, with me, my thought about it is that there should be some kind of protection regardless of it. But when you hear, which we're gonna lead into in a minute, there's something that WWE has found a loophole to where they have independent contracts for them, which it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it works, but can the wrestlers who wrestle for WWE have their own life insurance anyway, even if they're on a WWE contract?
Right, but that's they can't. But they can. But here's the difference about it is because if I work for you, you either give me either life insurance or you give me protection for it. You know what I mean? There's a difference for it because don't leave me as an independent contractor and then tell me I can't work anywhere else. If you tell me that, then I can get my own life insurance. I work for WWE. You got signed for WWE and you're good. And you have me as an independent contractor. But you can't sit there and tell me I can't work for AEW, Impact, or whatever the case may be, because that's where the money's at. Yeah. Then I could pay for my own health insurance.
Well, now the game's gonna change real soon, guys. I'm telling you now.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're telling me it's a double-edged sword. I'm an independent contractor, but I can't work for anybody else to make the money to have my own health insurance. I don't know how it is over there in England, but over here in the States, it's horrible for health insurance or horrible for health care. It's bad.
Yeah.
Especially for these guys. These guys could walk into an emergency room with a broken thumb and have to pay almost $800 for that. Out of their pocket. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's OD.
I mean, I suppose it comes down to the individual. I mean, if you had the choice of working for AEW, Impact, or the indie scene maybe with life insurance and earn, I don't know, a quarter of what you would earn for the WWE, say you got paid, I don't know, $12 million a year at WWE, let's say that, with no life insurance.
Not everybody gets that.
That's Brock money.
That's Brock money.
I know. I'm just using it as an example. It's just the first number that came to my head. But say you earn $12 million a year at WWE with no life insurance, or you earned, say, $3 million a year with life insurance. It's kind of up to the person, really. Personally, I would rather earn $3 million with life insurance with a job like that.
But Ben, you know what becomes a problem too? But
it's a personal preference.
But here's another thing that becomes a problem is that they're not paying for travel expenses as well. Everybody thinks that these guys get paid and they get on a Lear jet, or
that's what blows my mind the most,
or get on a company bus, whatever the case may be. They have to pay for their own transportation, their own hotels. They're paying everything out of their own pockets.
Yep.
So health insurance might be the big thing that they want, but at the end of the day, they're still sitting there. They have homes they have to pay for. They have families that have to care for. They're on the road for 300 days out of a year.
Yep.
And regardless, if the median scale of what this talent is getting is about 125,000 a year, which is no small change for anybody.
No,
but if you got to come out of pocket
for everything,
and pay for everything,
literally everything,
you're basically looking at yourself, and maybe I'm getting probably like 60,000 a year.
They buy their gear, they buy their travel,
their paint, their fucking medications, whatever. Yeah,
they literally are buying everything.
Yeah.
So
this is where it's tough.
I mean,
and also,
like you say, that is shit. Having to pay your own travel is shit.
I just, and plus,
these guys know this before they even sign the contract.
That is true.
So
I don't know. But you know what happens? But Ben, you know what happens is their whole big thing is a lot of them has been, my dream is to be in WWE. That's what it is. My dream is to be in WWE.
So I'll sacrifice everything else to be taken.
And there's a lot of those who sat there and scrapped, like AJ Styles, a Seth Rollins, even Dean Ambrose. They have scrapped themselves, beat them down, they've gone through the gauntlet of being on the road and making whatever money they did outside for so many years that they could do whatever they can do. And they said, you know what? I finally made it to WWE. I've had money saved or whatever the case may be. Let me see how the ride is. And this is a different thing to where you get a guy like, let's say, give me a guy who hasn't even fucking touched me. Like a Samoa Joe is another guy he's been in the business for so long. He should have like 2-3 million banked.
Easily.
But when you get guys who come into the business, you get, even these Kalistos or these guys, they don't have that.
They have like peanuts and chips, bro.
Exactly.
They have Lay's potato chip.
Yeah. So it's a different monster for everybody else. CM Punk could walk away. Why? Because CM Punk had money banked.
Yeah.
Dean actually can walk away because he could probably have money banked.
Yeah, he's set. He's good.
It's a different monster for it.
It all depends on the wrestler. It depends on the situation you're in. And I also think it depends on, like you said, if you're important in the company, you're obviously going to get more money. That's it. My main issue is being called an independent contractor. That's the big issue for me, because if I'm an independent person, then I'm going to work in the independent wrestling scene. Also, if you're going to call me an independent contractor, I don't get that. That's the one thing I'm still confused about, to be honest.
But Ben, like I said, we got to continue with this, and I got to let you go. But thanks for calling in, brother. As always, thanks for supporting and just showing us love.
No problem, Mooks. I will carry on listening.
Thank you.
Mooks. Later.
Later.
Stop.
So let's continue with this here.
The Mookdom, bruh.
Criteria for independent contractors. It's a complete joke to think that they apply to Vince's wrestlers. For instance, the IRS states that independent contractors should be free to work when and for whom.
And this is what Brett needed to hear.
Vince's wrestlers sign exclusive contracts, so that's complete bullshit. The guidelines also say that someone's probably not an independent contractor if the success or continuation of a business depends to an appreciable degree on the services they provide. Now, I guess the question...
Which basically says, if I work for you as an independent contractor, you have a company. You say you are fucking you're a plumber.
Yeah.
You have your own plumbing company.
Mm-hmm.
You hire me under your company as an independent contractor.
Yeah.
And in the year, my business that I brought to you gives you money. I have rights to the money you've made.
Yeah.
There is, are wrestlers essential to world wrestling entertainment?
It's like saying, am I essential to you?
It's not called World Totally Empty Ring Entertainment, so that might be a clue. In fact, if I might quote the company's own website, WWE performers are the company's greatest asset. Without our performers, WWE would not exist. And
honestly, did you hear this?
I mean, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, the sky's blue, right? Come on.
And the water's wet.
The water's actually wet, yo, surprisingly.
So,
like, come on, WWE, really? Like, come on. That's like saying, without our NBA players, there's no basketball.
Exactly.
Without the pitcher, there's no baseball. No shit, bruh.
All right, so what's the next kick up?
Has an off season for athletes to recover. The WWE works its wrestlers year round.
Which I've always said, these guys need a break. I've been saying this since we started this podcast.
I don't think there should be an off season. I think there should be a break in the live events.
Not even not an off season.
I think live events need to be cut off.
If it's not even an off season, it's not an off season. Give them a break. The off season is giving them a break.
So you're saying you want to do an interval of a rotation of wrestlers, like have half a roster work half the year, then another half roster half the year.
Not even half a year. All right,
every 3 months, every 2 months.
Have them work 7 months and give them a break for another fucking 5. The body has to regenerate.
Yeah,
because you know why? When they come back,
they're
it's a bigger pop.
It is a bigger pop. Yeah, that's true. It's just
they don't work 7 months, whatever the case may be. Oh, you know what? 4 break. Give them 2 months break. 4 again break. Give them. They need time, especially time with their families. A lot. Everybody's talking about the body breaking down.
Yep.
Families have been broken down because of this business.
Divorces.
Yeah.
It takes a big personal toll on a person's life. I think it comes down to live events. I think live events should happen twice a week. I think that once even.
No, that's not where the money's at.
Well,
that's what they say.
They make like $20 bro. They make like 2 front rows of fucking people. No one goes to those shits anymore. They're not important.
I still understand how you have a Raw Monday and a SmackDown event the same day.
And people wonder why there's 2. Live events should be exclusive to the weekend.
Yeah,
that's it. Exclusive to the weekend. That's it. And most of the injuries happen at those shows.
Exactly.
Most of them happen at those shows. There's rarely a fucking occurrence where it happens on live television.
So let's continue what he's saying.
Cut it off.
Around multiple times a week, both on TV and in untelevised so-called house shows. And big stars may be able to command big money for that, but not every wrestler is a big star. And whenever we've gotten glimpses of wrestlers' contracts, they contain some astonishing clauses. One says if a wrestler is unable to wrestle for as little as 6 weeks because of an injury, the company can terminate their contract, while another releases the company from all liability for damage resulting in permanent injury or death, even if caused by its own negligence, which is a crazy thing for McMahon to put in a contract. Wow. And frankly enough, to make you want to see him
a real lawyer?
Of his own
if you came with a lawyer with that, he'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
No way.
If you had a genuine lawyer, like if you came with your lawyer in that,
they would have blew their nose with that shit.
They'd be mad. Yeah. They would be mad that you actually brought your own lawyer into the mix.
You came in here with a lawyer? Well, you don't trust us? Get the fuck out of here.
Go to Impact Wrestling.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. You don't come with a lawyer or when have you ever heard a wrestler have an agent or a manager?
Never.
Not an on-screen quote unquote manager.
No, there's
a legit
representative, a representative outside. No, I've barely heard of that. So I've barely heard of that shit. It's fucking unbelievable. What he just said that's in that contract is like mind blowing to me because how is that being allowed? I don't get it.
Here's another one.
And able to be fired at any time, you wind up with an environment with huge potential for unsafe conduct. Before Lance McNaught died at 29 of heart failure while struggling with addiction to pain.
This is about it.
He spoke of the pressure that he's
talking. This is talking about if you didn't work, you could be fired because you didn't work.
Yeah,
because of injury or whatever. So you had to take the pain pills, or quote unquote
work through the contract.
You had to work. You had to quote unquote work through it and have to
keep your job. Yeah.
He felt to work through injury, saying everybody knows that if you get hurt, you work through it because you'll lose your spot. And another top wrestler, CM Punk, has questioned the advice that he was given by a WWE doctor following an incident in the ring.
I got hit with something and it fucking rung my bell and I got a concussion. But we were leaving for Europe the next day. So Doc was leaning on me going, do you have a concussion or can you go to Europe kind of thing? And I was just like, you pigs, I'll go to Europe, whatever. That's on me. That's my fault. I'm dry heaving after every match.
That's
I'm
awful.
Either puking for real or I'm just dry heaving because I don't have anything in my stomach. Doc's like, oh, you're sick. Here's a Z-Pack. They Z-Pack me to death so much that in December I shit my pants on a SmackDown.
He did. He actually did that. And we actually found that episode of SmackDown. And out of common courtesy, we are not going to show it to you. But
my dude,
I know what it was. I know. I saw the episode too. And as much as everybody sat there and said that CM Punk's an asshole, he's a dick for what he did.
What he's saying is like gruesome. It's kind of
no, but CM Punk was done.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was overworked. I mean,
and I agree.
But I do understand. He was overworked, but at the same time, at that time was
Isaac, love you, boy.
But you know, I mean, he wasn't the face of the company during that time, right?
Who's Punk?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the issue. When you're the face of the company, you're overworked like that, bro. If you're a champion on a weekly basis, you got to work.
But, bro,
you're the face. I'm not saying that.
But you still have to sit. He just told him why they were fucking hurt. It's not like somebody's like
that's not okay. But what I'm saying is like he should have been sidelined with that injury. They should have let him work through that. What I'm saying is that's the injuries. Like the injuries happen, man.
Yeah, you're gonna work.
Punk, you're working. Punk, you were the WWE champion. You're WWE champion. You are working the hardest every fucking night, bro.
I can understand why a lot of motherfuckers are sitting there, but like, I don't want to be champ no more. I don't want to be champ because I don't want to work that much.
And that's the thing with Punk because he was WWE champion. I'm assuming at that time. I don't know. The thing is, you're our face. You're her, but can you go through it? Just can you work through it? You're our face. They're gonna fucking weasel any way to make you work because you're the face of the company. If you were a mid,
but I don't think he was a champ. Even if he was just one of the main eventers.
I feel like if you were a mid card, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, "Oh, you're hurt. All right, take the week off." But because he was so important to being on television every week to viewership and subscribers,
but they were going overseas. It wasn't even TV.
It was probably TV, the Europe show.
No, it wasn't TV at all. It was just going overseas.
Then call it off. That's it. Then they shouldn't have let him rock.
But even if all right, fine. Matter of fact, yeah. As a matter of fact, it was because it was on SmackDown. Even if it was, bruh,
I know.
You already know he's ill. Why couldn't you just put him in a promo segment?
I know. See, yeah, you can work around. There's ways to work around it.
But
they just don't want to.
Put him in the promo segment. You can sit there and goes, you know what? I'm so whatever the fuck.
I'm not wrestling tonight.
You know what? I'm not gonna wrestle tonight. You can wrestle such and such. If he loses, then I lose my championship. Make it fucking and you could boost up somebody else.
There's ways around it, but Vince is just the person who wants what he wants, and that's it. If he doesn't get what he wants, and he's pissed, and he's a fucking he's a selfish man. He'll hurt anyone in the process to make his show look good.
I just think this. Wow, it's like they really.
It is wild. That story is crazy. He shit himself in the ring, bro. Like
exactly.
All because they didn't tell him to take a break. Like
because they said, you have a concussion or
inside the ring. In fact, the extent to which he's denied any responsibility for their welfare is astonishing. Just watch him respond to a question years ago about wrestler deaths.
Do you have a reason why
this is crazy?
These people would be dying under the age of 45?
Why don't you ask yourself that question? I mean, why are you indicating that's my responsibility? These people are dead? Because
I'm asking you if it's in any way, shape, or form falls on your shoulders.
I would accept no responsibility whatsoever for their untimely deaths, none whatsoever. As far as, and you've got that little look on your face like, geez, Vince, how can you possibly say that?
Well, but none whatsoever. I mean, they wrestled for you. They were part of your organization. They worked a couple of hundred nights a year for you.
Look at his face.
They lived this lifestyle.
Bruh.
What?
He was off his rocker that night. He was off his rocker that
paper.
Night. Is there a full video of that interview?
Yeah.
Well, off the mics, I want to see what happens after that because they fucking pause it right after he smacks him.
Isaac says, here's a question. What realistic is the next move WWE must pull to make wrestling a better in general? Okay. You want to go? What's the next move to make wrestling better for WWE? What
Sports Fuel?
Which is what?
I want records. I want playoffs. I don't want playoffs. I want a system where
playoff style.
I want a system where the wins and losses count. I want to tell Red. I want to talk about this on episodes of the show. Going, yo, so like Sheamus is 2-5 in the past month. Not looking good. I don't think he's going to be in the championship picture. Not random people who could have attacked someone and they're in the championship picture. Make the wins and losses count, and make the championship matches feel more important. To be honest, I'm over defending the championships on the weekly shows. Stop giving me the easy way in for a show. The championship matches should be on pay-per-views only. That's it for me.
For me, it's
because
protect
no more.
Your wrestlers. You have such a chunky roster that you could actually tell some guys go home for a little bit.
Well, SmackDown does that.
Yeah, I'm talking about go home for a little bit. Relax. Let me miss you. Go nurse your injuries. You'll be okay when you come back. If Apollo Crews is gone for 3 months and doesn't run in on Finn Balor because he was mad about something, everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Why?"
Right.
It builds a story.
Mm-hmm.
Let them go home. Give them time to fucking rejuvenate.
Well,
relax. Oh, if they're not on TV, they're not missed. That's bullshit. You ask questions. You wonder. And when they do come back, it's like, yeah, son, fuck that. Let's say Apollo Crews left for like 3 days.
Well, he's not
3 months.
I don't think he's a good example.
No.
If he came back for like 5 months, I'd be like, whatever.
I'm just putting out there as for even so. Let's say Apollo Crews left for a month,
right?
And all of a sudden
he's been gone for a month. I haven't seen him on TV.
No, but let's say he left for a month, right?
Okay.
Then, since they are so in tune with social media, they follow me like, yo, where's my man Apollo? Where's my Apollo? You follow out, boom, he pop up. Him and Lashley's a fucking tag team.
Okay.
Oh, him and everybody's like, word? Where the fuck that shit came from?
Apollo and Chad Gable, I'm still vouching for be a tag
or whatever.
team.
And then this becomes the better story. Let them go home, relax for a couple of. That's their off season. That's everybody goes, oh, you can't turn TV or you can't turn wrestling on for a minute because it's 12 months around. You can if you cut the wrestlers off. Cut the wrestlers off.
Well, I think with that comes you also need to have a backup roster. Like, you got
80,000 niggas on a roster. Sorry, but it's true. You got 80 fucking people on a main event roster. You could be missed.
It's all about
you could be missed.
It's all about Vince.
You could be missed. Listen.
Easily. Look, easily.
You ever done universe mode on 2K?
As annoying as it was, yes, I did.
Okay.
Fucking annoying, but yes.
How many guys was in your Raw roster?
Like 25, 30, I think. Like 35.
Without creator wrestlers?
No, with. Yeah.
How many was on SmackDown?
A little bit less, like 20 something.
How many was on NXT?
Like 20. But like, there's a lot of people. What I'm saying is, we know
with me, I do full.
I know
everything.
I know.
I have 120 people on creator.
I know, but
and this is what WWE does. I have 120 and all that. I have 56 on Raw, 52 on SmackDown, 42 on NXT, and whatever bullshit fucking creator shows that I make.
Okay.
And they each like 33, 36.
Well,
people are going to be not used.
Yes, but this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to say is we know that people could be missed and we'll be all right. Vince does not believe that. We are firm believers that easily, let's just say Roman Reigns went away for a few months. We know that Sami Zayn could actually hold, or a person like Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens or someone like Apollo Crews even can hold the fort down when they're gone. We know that. You and me know that. To be honest, if you told me right now that like Kofi does a little run, but then he's gone for like 5 months and he comes back, but then Sami Zayn takes the WWE Championship off him, I'm fine with that because they're good.
I'm gonna get you to do this. I'm gonna power through this.
What are you doing, you weird man? And while all of that is ridiculous, my favourite response isn't actually the weird face or the smacking of the papers. It's answering, why are wrestlers dying early with, why don't you ask yourself that question? Which in terms of dodges is certifiably insane. I don't know, Vince. Maybe because that journalist doesn't employ any wrestlers. And while I know that you don't think you do either, I'm telling you, you're fucking wrong about that. Now, the company will say that they've completely transformed in recent years, and they have taken some positive steps, like banning chair shots to the head and introducing concussion protocols, although CM Punk's experience probably suggests that there may be room for some significant improvement there. But some of the other steps they've taken under their talent wellness program are a little underwhelming, like the fact that they now have annual physical examinations. That's just nothing. I have to take one of those every year.
I gotta do that at my job. That means nothing.
Never once
yearly.
Exploded through this table. It's in the name of our show now.
I almost feel like I'm fucked at my
also
job.
Provides for things like cardiovascular and brain testing, which is nice. Although remember, they're still responsible for their
Gotta do
own
it for my
health
job as well.
insurance. And while the company says it pays for addiction treatment for former wrestlers, that doesn't really address the underlying issues that get them hooked on pain medication in the first place. And the tragic thing is, some have reluctantly had to drag their bodies back to the WWE because they have no other financial option. Rowdy Roddy Piper continued wrestling into his 40s and 50s, and just listen to him explain why.
Wrestling, it has a tremendous entrance plan.
You come in as, boy, here you are. You rock and roll and everything's wonderful. It's got no exit plan.
And Roddy Piper should.
I love Roddy. I love him. But if you listen to his documentary, it contradicts that whole shit. Because at the end of the day, that's what he wanted to do. It wasn't like somebody had a gun to his head, you got to be a fucking wrestler. And he had so much talent to do other things.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
he's another example that it shouldn't have been him.
Bad example.
Yeah.
Again.
Then this is what for this commentary.
Chewing bubblegum, bro. Come on.
Yeah. And he could have done a lot more. He decided to come back.
Yeah. It's the passion.
Months ago, he climbed back into the ring.
This is facts.
What would you have me do at 49 when, like, my pension plan I can't take out till I'm 65? I'm not going to make 65. It's just face facts, guys.
Rest in peace.
Roddy, man. He didn't make 65. He died at 62. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you were an actor. You made a whole shitload of money. You were the fucking precipice of what WrestleMania was.
You were probably in the era where the exit plan began or started to become more apparent, I think.
You were there.
I don't understand what he means by there's no exit plan, but he actually had an exit plan and he pursued an exit plan.
You were there.
And he did an exit plan. He was in movies and shit and TV shows.
Roddy, like, honestly, it's like, bro, you can't be upset about it because you knew what it was. And when a change happened, unless you're gonna sit there and tell me that, you know, I'm not that smart to do whatever the case may be. No, you had.
I think most of the stars like Roddy do. I mean, especially in today's day. Like I said, every single motherfucker's in movies now. Anyone's in it. John Cena just talked about it in an interview.
You were
John Cena just talked about it in an interview on YouTube I watched a few days ago. Vince literally pulled him to the side and said, "You're not going to wrestle more often now, but go do movies. So that when you come back, all the people who watch your movies are going to come to us."
And Roddy was the guy who did it.
Sadly, he was right about that. Because Roddy Piper died in 2015 at the age of 61.
61.
And while nothing I say can or should make that okay, I do hope that watching this final clip of Vince in the ring gives you just a tiny.
So, in all honesty, I think
Kiss
that
my ass, Club.
there's a quid pro quo when it comes to the WWE.
I think you know what you sign up for. I think can we watch more of the video?
Yeah, we're gonna watch more.
But fans just didn't like it, and they let him and the WWE know about it.
This is the whole thing because the discussion was the fans talk about and they're the ones that persuade what the game is about in wrestling because we're the one that pushed the Divas movement, give the Divas a chance. We're the one that pushed for to get the main event going on, and we're the fans that did this.
About that. And keep in mind as you watch this, Roman Reigns is supposed to be a good guy.
He did beat The Undertaker. I mean...
They booed him non-stop for 8 minutes.
That was
facts, though.
It was full 8 minutes.
Facts, though.
It was historical.
But here's the thing, though. It's like
that was cool.
We are the
voice.
median. We are the way.
So what you're saying is because we have the power and it's shown that we have an impact. You think that we should open our voices to them, giving them healthcare and stuff like that?
And everything.
Well, I have 3-word letters for you, bro. AEW. AEW's gonna do it. WWE's gonna do it right after them, bro.
No, we need a better hashtag and we need a better following for it because
hashtag honestly, I'm not saying it. Give my boys healthcare. I'm telling you,
it's not only the healthcare, is that they're not individual contracts. They're not independent contractors. If I get signed for, I'm gonna tell you, if I'm an actor and I'm doing Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
If I get signed to do Suicide Squad just for that movie, they were like, all right, you're gonna get $6 million.
Okay.
But you will get $45 million if you do a 3-picture deal with us for the movie company.
Okay.
I'm not an independent contractor no more. I'm signed with the movie company. It's like if I
Are you?
No, you're not, because now you're signed with that company.
No.
But I'm
You're not signed with the company.
I'm gonna explain to you what was the difference. I'm gonna say obligational. I have to do 3 movies with them.
Yeah.
For that.
For those movies, you were contracted to do
I'm
those.
contracted to do it. Shitty or great movies, I have to do it.
After you sign the name on the dotted line,
I have to do it.
Yeah, it's done.
Individual contractors, I could go. It's like on Ryan Reynolds. It's like, yeah, I did Green Lantern, but I'll do Deadpool. Independent contractors. He's not signed to a movie or production company. He's individual.
Well, yeah. So would the person in your example though, because he's not signed to the company. He's signed to the movie,
the deal.
So he could do he has to do those 3 movies, but he could still do a movie for someone else,
right?
In the process,
right?
So he's gonna go, I'm gonna do the first one, and then I'm gonna take a little break and do another film I just signed up with, and then come back to do the sequel.
Because they can do wherever the fuck they want. Because
they're not signed to Warner
contractually.
Brothers.
It's like, but this is what Brock Lesnar did. Contractually, I'm signed to you to this, and this, and that. Everybody else, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, you can't do
it's
that.
An insane world, man. In the wrestling business, it's crazy, man. And
no, it's not the wrestling business. It's Vince in the WWE.
Well, I'm telling you now, bro. AEW is gonna change a lot of things. If they keep up with their word, all this talk, all this protection you talk about the wrestlers, they're coming soon, man.
Right,
on the real, it's gonna come soon. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, and to close it out, this is what we get. This is the fans are the one that changed the game. This is the one that brought healthcare to Jake the Snake Roberts.
I got emotional.
Show him love. That was beautiful.
Jake got to see how much the
I'm
fans
so
really
mad
care.
that nobody's watching this fucking feed
It's okay.
right now. No, because this is thought provoking.
Yeah, those years meant a lot to fans. That's why they want him and other wrestlers to be taken care of. There've actually been multiple GoFundMe campaigns to cover both healthcare and funeral expenses for wrestlers that fans have stepped up for, which is heartwarming. But frankly, fans shouldn't be the ones shouldering that responsibility. Here's how bad it is. Even the NFL, for all its massive faults, now offers players health reimbursement accounts and have established a legacy fund for older players who may be dealing with health issues. And when you've lost the moral high ground to the fucking NFL, you are morally subterranean.
And that's a big fucking thing.
Yeah, that's big.
You only take care of these motherfuckers because of drug addiction. What you're saying, we know that we got them the fucking their addiction, but we're gonna take care of them at the end when you should be take caring of them
in the beginning
during the process.
That's like, you know what, we're gonna give you a drug addiction, but hey, don't worry about it because we'll get you right out of it.
Yeah, we'll fix you later.
Yeah, it's like we'll handle it later when we.
But by the end of the day, it wasn't really working. You know whose fucking addiction, fucking rehab has been working? DDPs
all the time. DDP is like the ultimate messiah of bringing wrestlers back. He is the true DDP dojo of helping people. To me, it screams like Vince McMahon's going, "Hey, so I know you're hurt, but we're gonna put you on these until you retire, and then you're gonna deal with rehab once you retire, because then we don't need you no more because you're not, age enough to fucking wrestle. Fuck out of here, bro."
Listen, at the end of the day,
using them until they're
at the end of the day, I think that Thanks, Isaac. I'm fucking pissed because for something that's going on for what you're talking about right now, usually we're the fucking hokey dokey dickheads that do the jokey kind of show.
Yep.
And today we had a segment in which a lot of people should have really chimed in on.
Yep. And no one showed up.
Fucking pricks. But that's all right. Listen, your views are coming later. I get you.
It's
and
cool.
Don't hit me up later. But other than that,
fuck it.
The whole brass ring is the WWE. Everybody wants that brass ring.
Yep, and they'll sacrifice anything to get there.
But I've seen in these past year or so that a lot of people are like, I don't want it anymore. They've heard too many stories.
Like this, exactly. John Oliver, what he just said is a perfect example of why WWE might not be the promised land anymore. But Vince has known for the longest that they'll accept that contract knowing what it is because that's the dream. He knows this is like the ultimate. So he, once we see other competition arise, he might be going, you know what, we need to do this.
Yeah.
It's coming soon, bro. All this protection of the wrestlers, it's coming for everyone soon. Because if AEW is really gonna do that shit, you best believe Vince is gonna do right back.
Oh yeah, it has to be. It has to be the double back.
Of course,
has to be.
In the way of competition, there's no way Vince is gonna allow them to get away with that and then not do it themselves. So stay tuned because this whole the John Oliver conversation is gonna really pick up soon.
Yeah. Guys, when we come back, we have much more to go into. We have what we're watching wrestling as well as wrestling with regret. No, I can't even say that.
What? Wrestling.
You've been watching it for a while.
I love it. Yeah.
You've been catching up on it.
I love wrestling.
Shout out to Brian Zane. I do watch him. I have.
He's mad. He's mad funny.
You should hit him up. See if we can get some.
I wish.
What do you mean? We can't get no love.
I would hope so, but I don't know because he thinks he's clout master now. But
oh shit.
Nah, but like his videos.
Oh, we might have the plug for that though.
What, Brian Zane?
Yeah,
that would be big.
You might have the plug for that. Let's see what we do, guys. When we come back, like I said, we have much more in store. Oh man.
Well, yeah.
That was draining. That was fucking draining.
Well, the topic is very important. So
I'll check you guys in a minute. We'll be back. All right, y'all. Listen, we're donezo. We're donezo.
Whoever's here.
You guys. Fuck. That's all right.
We good over here.
Gonna check you guys out and make sure you check us out. Download us on rageworks.net and as well as all the fucking podcasting outlets. I'm so pissed. Like that was so deep, man.
It was good.
We went ham for that shit, man.
They will listen back.
And make sure you download us on all the podcasting like iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. We're all there. So guys, I'm fucking pissed. I'm out. I'm gonna check you guys later. And you motherfuckers on Facebook. You motherfuckers on Facebook should be loyal as fuck. Later, y'all. Gotta piss. Shit.